Oh.
Hi everyone, so I'm going to finally review Nurarihyon no Mago, or Nura Rise of the Yokai Clan, or if you translate it directly, it means the grandson of Nurarihyon. The main character of this manga is this guy here on the front cover of Volume 1. His name is Rikuo Nura. Now, Rikuo is part human and a quarter yokai. He is the grandson of Nurarihyon, and Nurarihyon is a yokai. Looks very similar to Rikuo. Of course, this is Rikuo's yokai form. He also has a human form that you actually see in the manga. Now, Rikuo lives with his grandfather in this big house or mansion with all the other yokais of his grandfathers and as well as his dad's. Haki Hako, that means night parade of 100 demons or yokai, something like that. So yes, Nurarihyon, so Rikuo's grandfather, wants Rikuo to succeed him as Rikuo's father did, and as Nurahiryon's son did. But Rikuo at the beginning when he was young, at the beginning of this volume, he thinks yokai are so cool and they're so awesome, they're so honourable. Then he hears about the people in his classroom, his human friends, talk ill or badly about yokai, and because of that, Rikuo kind of not detests but dislike yokai from that point on. But of course, yokai is a part of him. He has yokai blood in him. So from that point on, he's trying to escape his fate of becoming the new head, or the third head of the Nurarihyon Haki Hako. So what he does, he tries to do good deeds. To show that he's more human than yokai. These volumes here are volume 1, 2 and 3. Of course I do have more volumes of Nurarihyon no Mago, but I'm going to do an arc at a time rather than doing each volume at a time, because if not, it's quite a lot of volumes and we'll be here for quite a while discussing each volume. At present there are 7 arcs. These 3 volumes represent the first arc, which is called the Gyuki Arc. Well, it's more like these 2 volumes and a few chapters in the 3rd volume here. The arc after this arc starts from this volume and continues on, and it's called Shikoku Arc. And the Gyuki Arc and the Shikoku Arc are included in the first season of Nurarihyon no Mago's anime. So if you watch the first season of Nurarihyon no Mago, then you probably know what I'm talking about. After the Shikoku arc is the past arc. That's what it's called, the past arc. Then after the past arc, which is very short by the way, is the Tono arc. Then from the Tono arc there is another arc called the Kyoto arc. Now the past arc, the Tono arc and the Kyoto arc, those 3 arcs are included in the 2nd season of the anime, so if you've seen that, then you'll know what I'll be talking about when I get to doing those arcs. Now the 2 arcs that come after that is the 100 Tales Clan arc, and after that is what's the arc that is currently on, is the Gokai Dorine House arc. So now just focusing on these 3 volumes, as I mentioned, volume 1, volume 2 and the beginning of volume 3 talk about or is the Gyuki Arc. Now in the Gyuki Arc, what happens is that Rikuo and his friends, they form like a team called the Kyojuchi Paranormal Patrol. Rikuo and his friends travel to Mount Neijirime with the pronunciations. So So they were invited there by a supposedly yokai specialist, and they meet up with the specialist, and what they find out later, what I should say, Rikuo find out, is that this has been a trap. This invitation and getting them to this mountain is a trap by the Gyuki clan. Now the Gyuki clan is part of the Nura clan, or Nuraryon's Haki Hako. Now eventually the Gyuki clan managed to separate Rikuo from his friends, and the yokai attacked them, not individually but separately. Quite a few battles happen, and Rikuo manages, or eventually fights Gyuki. This person here is Gyuki. And we find out that the reason why Gyuki has set this trap and is attacking Rikuo and his friends is because Gyuki believes that Rikuo could never become the third head of the Haki Hako. So Gyuki, he feels great pride and he cherishes the Nura clan, and he doesn't want this clan to suffer because of Rikuo's weak personality and his weak leadership skills. So Rikuo and Gyuki eventually clash, a battle ensues, and Rikuo eventually wins. Due to this event, Rikuo decides to become the next head of the Nura clan, and he resolves himself to be more yokai than human, but still have his human connections, so his friends, going to school, etc. That's what happens in the first 3 volumes, or the first arc. Before I flick through them, I'm going to take the front covers and show you the main difference, or something you don't get to see in the translated or the Viz Media edition of Nura Rise of the Yokai Clan. So we're going to take the front covers off. So this is volume 1, 2 and 3 without their jackets or their front plastic covers. These are included in the Viz Media editions, these little stories or edition. They're normally in the inside of the front cover of the Viz Media edition, or at the back. Yeah, but this is not the main difference I was telling you about. It's not exactly a very large difference, but it's something I find nice in its own way. So this is the front, the back, as I said, these are included as well. What's not included is, I'll show you this first. These are the spine artwork on the actual volume 1, volume 2 and volume 3. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, this is Nura, Rikuo, then Yukiomna, then Aotabo. So if you actually have a look at all the volumes, which you might have seen in my manga collection, if you see all the spines, it has a different character on them, and what it represents is each member of Rikuo's Haki Hako, or of his group of yokai, or his parade of yokai. So yeah, that's what's on these jacket covers. But if we look on these books, it's something totally different. It's nothing significant, but you won't find this in the Viz Media edition. And the thing I like about Nurarihyon no Mago is its artwork. It's very different. It's very different, actually, very, very different from any other manga that I've read or seen. It has its own style, and I have to say it feels more Japanese. Its artwork feels more Japanese than all the other, even One Piece, Naruto. It feels way more Japanese. It's like seems like a mix of Japanese's old start of artwork. Can't remember its name off the top of my head. But anyway, this is volume 1. Yeah, volume 1. A thing you might notice when you read it, or I should tell you right now, the first chapter of volume 1, you will see that this chapter is actually animated in the first episode of season 2 of its anime, so it's a bit confusing. I don't know why it's here when I first read it. Okay, so just flick through. So this is Nura, Rikuo when he was young. And then the incident with this guy, I can't remember his name. So yeah. So as I said before, this arc is the beginning of the Gyuki arc. Of course, the first chapter wasn't really about Gyuki, it was just more an introduction about this manga. Just looking through quickly. That's a very good picture. That's so. This is Rikuo's human self, or his human part, and this is his yokai part. He always has, I don't know if these are hallucination or dreams or something, but he always imagines that his yokai self sitting on a branch on the sakura tree in his backyard. Then I just skip through all this. Oh yes. This person right here is Yura. And Nura is an onmyoji, and she's basically a human who has the ability to kill or destroy yokais using these, like she uses, I think they're called shikigami, I think, and she is probably one of the most promising onmyoji in her clan or her house, which is the Keikain house, I believe, because she has the ability to summon more than one of these beasts to fight yokai. Of course, she becomes more and more powerful throughout the manga series. Most recently in the chapter I read, she has almost fused with her beasts to create some kind of ultimate Keikain or onmyoji. Anyway, that's volume 1. I'm just going to go flick through these now. So this is when they go to the mountain I was telling you about. It's called Nejirime. This is the mountain that the Gyuki clan lives on, and it's also where Gyuki manifested as a yokai. As I mentioned, this is Gyuki. They get separated, attacked by yokais, like right here. And at the end of this volume, Rikyo turns into his yokai form. And at the very end, he starts to fight Gyuki. Well, at the very least, he's talking to him. That's the end of volume 2. Now, volume 3, the fight with Gyuki ends with where is it? Rikyo's win. We also have a backflash of Gyuki's history, how he became a yokai, and his relation, or how he got, how he became a member or a general in the Nura clan. Eventually that ends, and the next arc starts. I won't talk about it right now, but I'll flip through this volume nonetheless. After all, this is a volume review more than an arc review. Of course, I won't discuss about the next arc, which is the Shikoku arc right now, but I will talk about it in my next video. One thing that I've noticed is that, unlike other artists, the artist of this manga, what's his name? Hiroshi Shibashi. So Shibashi Sensei. His artwork doesn't change or doesn't evolve. So that's one thing I've noticed. Not like One Piece or any other manga. One Piece has certainly evolved over the last 10, 12 years. So yeah, so that's these volumes done. So guys, again, thanks for watching.